Hey there, how y'all doing? I was wanting to do a video on my 1895 Nagant revolver. I've had two Mosin Nagant rifles, 9130s, for several years, and I always wanted to get one of the Nagant revolvers, and I've had this one for a little while, and I just wanted to do a video on it. I certainly didn't buy this for my carry gun. I bought it for the uniqueness of it and part of the history of it. It is the M1895 Nagant. Mosin didn't have anything to do with this. This was designed by two Belgian brothers, Leon and Emil Nagant. And let me get this box of ammo out of the way. This is a gas-sealed revolver. And by gas seal, what they mean, if I can get this through, you see where that gap is here? When you pull the hammer back, you can see the cylinder. See it move up into the barrel, and the barrel right here, it's wider right here, and it comes on out in there. The reason for that being, I'll let the hammer down. This gun is empty, by the way. There's no ammo in it. This is the cartridge that comes with it. It's a 7.62 by 38R. And it's really a unique round. The round itself is encased inside the cartridge. And when you load the gun and you put one of these, or load it up with the ammo, and you cock it back, it goes in, and when you fire the round, here's what the round looks like after it's been ejected. And for the reason for this little enlargement right here, it has to expand. The new ammo, since it's crimped down in there, it's got narrows down to the little neck. But when you fire it and it goes off, it expands that cartridge. So it has to have room to expand, and that's what that little piece there's for. And I added me a little white dot sight on it because these were fixed iron sights and not very, very narrow on the end. It's not very good for aiming, so I put that on it. It helped a whole lot. It helped immensely. But back to the gun. This replaced the Russian handgun at the time. At that time, they were using the Smith & Wesson Model 3, which was a top break. And when Nagant came out with these, Russia went to these. That was their standard duty issue. These were used in World War I, World War II. From 1895 to 1898, all these guns were made at the Nagant Arsenal, and from 1899 to 1942, they were made at the Tula Arsenal. From 1943 to 1945, they were manufactured at the Ishvik Arsenal. And this one was a Tula. It's got the Tula star there, and it's got 1932. That's when this was made. And when I got this gun, I was looking at it, and the handles during World War I and early World War II, some of the weapons that were issued in foreign countries, and here also they had, what am I trying to think of? They look like Bakelite. I don't know if it is Bakelite, but that's what it reminded me of. It's a very hard plastic of some kind. This thing has a 4.5-inch barrel on it, and I've shot it, and I was more than pleased with the accuracy on this thing. Recoil was very, very minimal. I was just tickled to death about that. It shoots so good. When this thing, prior to this, the round at that time was getting about 600 feet per second. And when Nagant came up with this gas-sealed implement he put in here, it gave it anywhere from about 350 feet per second more, which upgraded it to about 975 feet a second. And back in those days, you know, that wasn't too bad at all. This thing has one of the longest firing pins of any gun, any handgun that you'll see. That thing is extremely long. It's a 7-shot, it holds 7 rounds. And another unique thing about it is when you go to load it, the cylinder doesn't swing out to either side like the revolvers now do. You have to pull, it's either they call it a latch or a catch, but when the Nagant brothers designed this, for some reason they called it a Abadie gate, A-B-A-D-I-E, Abadie. I don't know what that means. I couldn't find any information on it, but that's what the Nagant called it, was Abadie. And another thing I found out about in Russia, Nagant, as we say in America, in Russia they dropped the T off of it and it's pronounced Nagan. I thought that was interesting. This thing empty weighs right at 32 ounces. That's pretty heavy. That's 2 pounds. But a 1911, that's what it weighs. Pretty much at about 32 ounces empty. This thing, when they first came out with it, it came out in double action, and double action was issued to the officers of the Russian Army. As a matter of fact, they called it the officer gun. The enlisted personnel, they gave them a single shot, and they referred to it as the private's Nagant. But this is a double action, and that gate's that thing's a little stiff. The trigger pull on this thing from double action is almost 20 pounds. That's a heavy, heavy trigger pull. And once you come back and go into single action with it, it's about a 10-pound trigger pull. But in single action, it's got an easy trigger. I mean, it takes a little bit of pressure, but it got a good crisp trigger release on it. I really am tickled with this thing. I love it. It shoots so good. I was really impressed with something this old. It's made in 1932. It's 82 years old. I thought I was going to have problems with it, but I tell you what, I was more than pleased with it. It's very, very accurate. I got to shooting it, man. I took my steel target out, and buddy, it was ringing steel. I kept, man, that is amazing. When they made this thing, they said that the accuracy on this thing was up to about 30 yards, which is 90 feet. Well, that's not bad for a handgun, and in combat, anything like that, you're going to need a rifle anyway. But here a while back, I was watching a video of Hickok 45, and he was shooting one of these, and he was ringing the gong at 80 yards with it. The interesting thing about this, to unload it, you can't do this real quick. You have to let the latch down, and here on this, you just give it a quarter of a turn and pull it out, and you have to swivel it to the side here, and then you just take it, and you have to pop each one of your rounds out. You sure wouldn't be using a speed loader on this thing, that's for sure. And then you just swivel it back around, push it back in, and turn it clockwise till it locks up again. This thing, I even got a holster with it. When I talk about a holster, this is one of the old World War World War II holsters that they used, and it has the ammo pouch here, and you could put another 7 rounds in it, and have 7 rounds in the gun, so you had 14 rounds right there. It's really a unique little thing. That's what I bought it for. And on the holster here, it's got a place for the cleaning rod. 2 little loops on there, and you carried the cleaning rod around with you. But I thought it was very neat. When I saw this thing a while back, I thought, yeah, I got to go ahead and get it to help complement my 2 Mosin rifles. And here's why I set one of these out. This is it's called the 7.62 Nagant. And here's a 38 Special. But you can't shoot one of these in it. It's just not chambered for it. But I thought it was a very interesting gun, and I wanted to show it, and I love shooting it. Really, I like it a whole lot. I was fortunate enough when I bought this thing, I got the gun, the holster, and 3 50-round boxes of ammo for $115. And I thought, man, can't beat that. I got rid of all my revolvers several years ago, and right now this is the only revolver I've got, and it comes with the lanyard pin down here. So, folks, that's my M1895 Nagant revolver. Just wanted to give y'all a look at it, and I thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it, folks. See ya.